This is your Seymour Johnson Weekly Update. I'm Airman TORI FLECK. We're here at Heritage Hall on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base after a press conference for Orbit Comet. Orbit Comet is an exercise that's going on right now between Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and the Goldsboro community to test how well we would deal with the terrorist threat if it came up. Airman SAMANTHA was at the first exercise scenario this week.
During Exercise Orbit Comet, 4th Security Forces from Air Force Office of Special Investigations, or OSI, got word of suspicious activity in base housing. Security forces acted quickly and took down the suspect. OSI followed up with their investigation. The importance of this exercise is to ensure all agencies can work together to eliminate any threat to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.
It was pretty scary. They came in really fast, guns drawn, flashlights on. It was quick and thorough.
This is just the first of many scenarios to test base and community emergency responsiveness. Airman First Class Samantha Konechny, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina.
Exercise Orbit Comet also tests emergency responders' gate security. Senior Airman Stephanie Berg responded to a scenario which involved one of the entrances at Seymour Johnson.
In this next scenario, 4th Security Forces dealt with a suspicious person attempting to enter the base. After further investigation, officials discovered a possible vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, or VBID.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Exercise inject. He's got a GPS and he's deleting stuff from the GPS.
Give me the GPS. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
The 4th Civil Engineer Squadron's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team responded to the incident and cleared the vehicle of all devices. Senior Airman Stephanie Berg, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina.
You might assume that Security Forces is getting all the action when it comes to exercises like this, but they weren't the only ones getting their hands dirty. The Med staff acted out a scenario where a flu outbreak struck the base. Hundreds of airmen were processed in mere hours and given their simulated medicine. Med Group airmen believe training like this is important so they can test their capabilities and fine-tune their approach, so if disaster does strike, they're ready. One of the biggest and most important parts about Exercise Orbit Comet is Seymour Johnson Air Force Base working with the Goldsboro community. I got the chance to be at a scenario where they did exactly that. When you walk into your BX, you normally don't see bodies scattered across the store. But today at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, training was anything but normal. The base is in its 3rd day of Orbit Comet, a week-long training exercise designed to train and test civilian and Air Force response procedures for real-world terrorist threats. And today, the threat was an active shooter. First to show up was Security Forces. After neutralizing the threat and getting the shooter into custody,
You shot me!
the medical professionals were able to move in.
You feel like you're breathing okay?
Yeah.
This scenario didn't just help people learn more about their jobs. They also learned how to cooperate with the other organizations and follow through from beginning to end.
Okay, yes, we have the security forces piece, but we also have fire, OSI, our investigations, medical, and I mean it's a huge piece for an exercise, and to coordinate them all together. I think it went well. I think it made everybody realize how big it could actually be.
If you're a regular on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base but do not have a common access card with a barcode, you might not be able to get on base pretty soon. Contact MPS to find out whether or not you're going to get left out in the cold. And if you have little ones at the CDC, go to our website at seymourjohnson.af.mil. There you can find a story by Senior Airman Marissa Tucker about their new hours and their rate changes. That's your Seymour Johnson Weekly Update. I'm Airman TORI FLECK.